Hello and welcome back to the Variant Geek Podcast. I'm Brennan.
I am Zach.
It's Jason!
On the floor.
Nah, you don't.
Yeah, he's dying.
What's wrong with you again?
I don't know. I'm old.
I mean, you are.
I'm 500 years old.
You're 25 years old.
I'm 26 almost.
Oh Lord, we're all old.
I'm young.
Yes, you are, my child.
I'm the most broken out of all of us, though.
Nah. Happy graduation weekend for some people.
For
Yeah.
some people.
And for other people,
We're now done with school.
I'm almost 21, gal.
yeah, that's how it works. Time.
I'm old. How are we all doing since we last met last week?
You know, done with school, so I'm excited. I'm going back to Washington too, so that should be fun.
Back to Washington.
We're going to Washington State. You've never been to Washington.
Maybe I have. Maybe I just haven't told you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going
What
to
was your favorite
Boise!
Walla Walla, Washington.
Nah.
What's in Walla Walla,
Nutsack.
Washington?
Walla Walla, Washington.
Incorrect.
Nutsack, Washington.
Fair enough.
Recent news. Mass Effect is 5 days away, or less than a week away. I'm really excited. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to step on that planet.
Cap.
Jason, how's Pokemon Snap 2 weeks in?
You having fun?
Oh,
We haven't seen you, so like I have to imagine it's pretty decent.
Oh, you know it.
Other than that, Resident Evil 8 came out, or at least it's coming out soon.
I'm broke, otherwise I'd buy it immediately.
We haven't seen Brent. You have a job.
I do have a job, and you know what's paying for? School, and your guys' hotel room when we're back, and your guys'
Excuse the
passes
fuck out
for
of you.
Seattle.
Excuse the fuck out of you.
Incorrect. My mother's doing a lot of that. I love you, mommy. She's listening to this like, yeah, you're welcome for being your one of your two listeners.
Thank you, Mrs.
Brody's the other
Thanks.
one. Thank you, Mrs. Mom.
We'll get right into the episode, I guess, after that. This week we're talking about DLC.
Downloadable content.
Some of the best, some of the worst. As I'm pretty sure you guys are accustomed to by now, we talk about the best and the worst. So I'd say one of the worst DLC was, it was for...
It was so bad you couldn't remember.
It was so bad I don't remember it.
I think it was
Next.
for Morrowind or Oblivion. You actually had to pay money to get
To get a
like,
horse?
armor on your skin, on your horse.
Yeah.
Armor on your skin?
Yeah, on your skin. That was really dumb. One of the best DLCs, obviously the Citadel DLC from Mass Effect 3.
Of course you'd say
Of
that.
course you would.
It's phenomenal.
What? Zach liking Mass Effect? No.
Nah.
It's great.
You cap it.
I think I've talked about
Shepard
it
6?
before.
Shepherd
Yeah,
6?
I didn't
Spelled
mention
wrong?
that in my best video games
Why don't you
for
fix
the
the spelling?
decade. Because it's too late at this point. I've committed.
Because it's iconic. Look at him.
There's only one Shepard. Actually, that's not true. On PlayStation, I had to make it Shepard 6. Spelled incorrectly, was taken because somebody took Shepard 6. Incorrectly spelled.
Someone was dumb before me.
Maybe it was him or his mom. He's like his mom.
My first one was Bronco Mayhem.
That's
Ooh.
so dumb.
Are you a fan of the Broncos?
I am.
Are you a fan of the Wyoming Cowboys?
Oh my
I
gosh.
am.
Are you a
I'm
fan
sorry.
of the UW Cowboys?
University of Washington Cowboys? Never heard of them.
You're right.
Anyways.
Let me know in the comments, is UW University of Wyoming or the University of Washington?
Obviously, Wyoming.
Where is the University
I mean, every
of
time we
Washington?
put UW in, it's been
That's
Washington.
because Google's biased.
Where is
It's 'cause
University
Google's right?
of Washington at?
Seattle.
Where is University of Wyoming at?
Doesn't exist.
Laramie?
I've never
Where's
even seen it.
UW at?
I've been to Laramie and I never even saw it, so it doesn't
Who's
exist.
Laramie?
I don't know.
It's a made-up government town.
DLC.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dawnbreaker? Skyrim?
Oh yeah, that was actually.
Did you
a
just say
decent one.
Dawnbreaker? You mean Dawnguard?
Dawnguard.
Dawnbreaker's the sword you get from the beacon.
Which one is
A
the
new
one
hand touches the beacon.
with vampires?
That's the Dawnguard.
That's
Oh yeah,
the Dawnguard.
I was annoyed by that one because it became a vampire and then I couldn't reverse it, and
Yeah, you
so
can.
Yeah, you
I
can.
didn't know how.
You just gotta play through it.
You just gotta figure
Well,
it out.
I
bud.
finished the DLC, and I was still a vampire. And I was like,
Google is your friend. Okay, what is the Solstein?
Soulstein, that's the Dark Elves.
No, like what's the DLC where you go to the island?
That's the Soulstein.
Okay, I really liked that DLC.
It's the Dragonborn DLC.
Yep, I really enjoyed that DLC.
I liked Hearthhome.
Yes, I did too.
Got to build my
actually.
house and adopt kids so they could be my slaves.
You really said, these are my children.
I really don't even. I've never adopted a child. Like
I
I set up a child's bedroom and they're like, "Will you adopt me?" And then I say yes, and then I exit the conversation.
No. First you adopt all the kids, and then you download the mod to kill kids, and then you kill all of them.
Whoa,
No.
Zach, you're
You
psychopathic.
become Anakin.
That's messed up, Zach. I would
That's
never
messed
kill
up.
children in Skyrim.
You liar.
You 100% would.
Don't
I
worry.
saw a thing that somebody stole every single thing out of Whiterun.
Why?
And okay, Skyrim's been out for like, what, 12 years now? 10 years.
Yeah, 10.
And people have been thinking of things to do. And they stole, and like 34% of what they stole was apparel. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
They steal clothes off of people.
I don't know. I didn't, like, all it was was...
Just walk into Whiterun, everyone's naked.
You're like, what? But they stole everything.
Have either of you played Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption?
Yes.
That was pretty fun.
I enjoyed it. It was just kind of annoying
Annoying.
at first. Because you're like, shoots one bullet, ammo gone. Well, and the way that the zombies move, it's like, bruh, I cannot get a headshot and that's the only way you die. And I have 6 bullets. Please stop moving. I don't have any Deadeye left. Stop.
I would say my big problem with some DLC is that some developers are like, you know what, we're just going to push this out early, and then we'll give you the finished game as DLC.
Oh.
Who said
See,
that?
so DLC is either hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes what they add, I'm like, this is garbage.
Like, I think I've talked about this before, but from my DLC, I want to be able to spend more time
Doing what I
in
love.
minutes or hours than I did dollars paid for it. Like with the buying character DLC for Mass Effect 2, you get like their little loyalty mission, you get the character, and their loyalty mission takes like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. But like in other DLCs, especially for Mass Effect, I'll just keep mentioning Mass Effect because it's a good example.
What?
Where the DLC takes hours to complete, or the DLC for The Witcher 3. I haven't finished the Blood and Wine DLC yet, but I will eventually.
I won't.
And
I played through the game 7 times. Oh, the DLC. No.
No.
I've beaten the Hearts and Stone DLC. I think that's what it's called. And that one was actually kind of fun. The Blood and Wine one, I'll finish in a minute, but it's what I want. It gives me a lot more extra content, and not just 5-10 minutes and like a skin.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, would you count loot boxes as DLC? Because it's downloading content.
No, because they're loot boxes. They're a completely different thing in and of themselves, and I hate them.
Yeah. Well, so this is moving on to a different DLC. Do either of you have the Pokemon DLC that they did for Sword and
Oh,
Shield?
the Crown
Well,
Tundra
I know you
and
do because of
the Isle of
Brady.
Armor.
Have you played either of them?
Both of them.
Mm-mm.
Did you like them?
Yeah.
Was it...
It was fun,
Worth-
except if you knock out the Whale Lord, he never comes back.
What?
There's a Whale Lord in the bay of the Crown Tundra? I don't remember which one it was. But you go riding out to him on your little water bike, and you run into him, and you're like, haha! And then he dies, and you go, bruh. And he never comes back.
Why not?
I don't know. At least he never had for me. I don't know if he comes back at all.
Maybe you have to catch him.
Well, I tried to, and then he fled, and I said, huh?
You went... Okay.
Would you consider cosmetic DLC worth it?
Eh.
Well, like, okay, give me an example, and I'll tell you.
Like,
yes
I
or
guess
no.
we'll start with something we play every day. Apex. Cosmetics.
I don't play it every day. I have a life.
Cap.
Boy who didn't play it at all always asks about these.
I have played at least 900 something hours.
Yeah, you have like 200 hours more than me in that game.
That's because, like, especially the past few weeks, Jason and I go in there when you're not there. And we
I
play.
see how it is.
You're busy.
You wanna know why?
How dare I be making money?
No, not even that. You're like doing class or homework or.
How dare I?
You're doing things other than playing video games?
Yeah, how dare you?
My mom will appreciate hearing that.
Yes. I don't know about cosmetics. Like, I don't know if that counts because it's.
I have never dropped. Oh, that's a lie. I was gonna say I've never dropped money on that stuff in that game, but I guess we pay for the battle pass every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't really need to because we get the coins for it in the battle pass. But, I don't know. I've never looked at the collection event and been like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna drop $40 on this right now.
You mean you don't want to spend $60 on 5 skins that are ugly?
That are ugly, and I don't even get to see unless I'm pulling a finisher or I'm did.
Yeah.
You did.
That's what about? I'm trying to think of another game that has cosmetic DLC.
I mean, there's DLC where it's soundtracks, and I go, okay.
If I'm getting a soundtrack, I would rather get it on an extra disc. If you buy the collector's edition of a game, you get a disc that has the whole soundtrack.
Dark Souls 3 had that.
What about Persona 5 Strikers?
I was going to actually buy the collector's edition, and then our GameStop went out of business. So,
I mean, you could have bought it online.
Huh?
Could have bought it online.
I mean,
yeah, but I didn't want to wait. I'm impatient.
That's true.
You impatient? I would have never guessed.
I know.
Would you guys consider games like WoW and ESO,
So,
those big
expansion
expansions,
packs.
they're DLCs, they're just chunky DLC.
I mean,
I guess DLC is just a part of MMOs.
Well, you gotta pay for it, So
Yeah.
I feel like it qualifies.
Yeah. It's like adding a whole new world, a whole new section, a whole new character type.
It gives you a lot.
So it's worth its weight in what you're paying.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if you
definitely.
enjoy enjoy the game that you're playing.
The pandemonium. What are the panda creatures? The pandas?
What did you just say?
What are those pandas called?
Pandaren.
It's the pandemonium.
I need you to stop. The pandas were a travesty.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's the best character in WoW.
Well, the thing is, we're not getting into this. Oh, actually, yeah, sure, it's a DLC. So, the Mists of Pandaria expansion, I loved that world and I loved the music, but the pandas was stupid, and Garrosh got done dirty, and anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I'll talk about it more in our World of Warcraft episode.
If we ever get there.
When we get there.
Excuse me.
So, Jason, I'm going to force you to play WoW for at least 10 hours this summer so we can talk about it.
I've played, how long? Oh, Jesus. We played at least 10 hours in one night.
Oh, we did. We literally spent, I think, 12 hours that day. We only stopped to eat.
Yeah, my butt hurt.
We literally just stood up and we're like,
oh. Gotta fight deep vein thrombosis.
Nintendonitis.
Nintendonitis.
It exists. It's a real
It
thing.
do exist.
I didn't know it existed.
Do you know Tetris Effect?
Yes.
Does Mario? No, I don't think Nintendo really does. I mean, okay, actually,
Yeah, they do.
the fighter packs for Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
I mean, I know some people are like, oh my god, now I can play as Banjo-Kazooie.
I look like Joker from Persona 5.
You can play as Joker from Persona 5.
Oh my god, I look like Joker from my favorite game, Persona 5.
I basically look exactly like Joker from Persona 5.
I don't
That's
know.
the greatest thing that Jason looks the closest to Joker out of all of us.
Just dye his hair black.
Am I Japanese?
Yeah, you're just not fat.
Oh, depresso espresso.
I'm trying to. Oh, I guess. Oh, because Breath of the Wild didn't really have any.
Yeah,
DLC.
they do.
Oh,
Yeah, they do.
Story wise,
it's more
because you have
cosmetic.
a motorcycle.
Oh, they added. I don't remember what it was, but they added.
You can get off the floor, Grandpa. You can do it.
Yes. I don't remember what it was, but they added some extra stuff, open world wise. Stop looking at me like you think I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm Grandpa.
I'm Grandpa.
Look, is that a waddle?
Yes, because I'm again Grandpa. Oh. But I'm going to look up the.
I was like, why are you getting
I
up?
mean, the Batman games had some okay
Yeah.
DLC.
I believe
in
you.
Arkham City, actually being able to, because you hadn't before been able to play as Catwoman or Robin.
Meow.
Batman Arkham Knight. If you guys want, you can watch the completionist video on it. But
That's what it is.
It's ridiculous because the amount of DLC just keeps adding on it, and it gets repetitive.
Correct.
Go ahead.
They added the Master Trials,
Okay.
which I saw and I went, because you have to fight like Lionels.
Ew. How about no?
And it's the Trial of the Sword,
Uh-huh.
Hero's Path, and then Master Mode. Enemies gradually gain health.
I mean, you had DLC.
I love the
Fallout.
DLCs in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Never played it.
Really? Nice.
I really like them. I never really played the Fallout 4 DLCs because I burned out of Fallout 4 hard. So when the day it came out, I had school the day it came out, but as soon as that school day was done, I had a 5-day weekend. I literally every time I come out of my room, my family's like, "You're alive!" I'm like, "Yes, I'm here for food and water."
Food and water.
I put 72 hours into that game
Good
in 5
Lord.
days. And then after that, I said, I'm tired. Because my friends and I, we'd be partied up and we'd be like, "Yo, I just found the Exo 1 power armor. I'm 3 levels higher than you now, nerd. How dare you go eat with your family?"
Nerd.
Point Lookout. I won't really get in too much about the DLCs. Because I mean, you guys haven't even really played the Fallout games, have you?
No.
I've played it.
I haven't.
They're good. But they're not everyone's cup of
I'm
tea.
trying to think. I've played the third one. I've played New Vegas.
Okay.
And the fourth one. But not enough to be like, it's the best. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I won't kill myself for not playing it.
Jeez.
Well, you have obviously the
I
DLC.
know the old Hunters for Bloodborne's held in really high regard.
Oh yeah, I've heard really good things about it. Both boss fights are apparently really good.
I've never really played.
Bloodborne, yeah. That's because I was actually going to talk about the DLC for Dark Souls.
Frustrating.
The first one with Artorias, and then the third one with. I'm not even going to talk about the second one. The third one with Slave Knight Gale, Midir, Sister Freed. All those bosses are interesting from what I've seen so far. Gale, because I think the creator of Dark Souls took a lot of inspiration from Guts, from Berserk.
Guts.
And I mean, it looks really fun. We'll get there eventually. But I mean, DLCs, as Jason said earlier, is really hit or miss. As long as you think it's worth your money, go ahead and buy it. I personally think that if I'm not getting enough time out of it, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it per se. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked Kasumi, but and the other characters
And the
you
other
get
ones.
from like
Kasumi and-
Zaid. Yeah, you have Kasumi, Zaid, Javik in 3. There's one more, I think, in 2. I don't remember his name right offhand.
Okay. Which video juego?
Mass Effect 2.
That I was thinking of 3. And I'm like, tricky.
What? Do you guys have anything else you want to add on DLCs?
Downloadable content.
Just kind of going back to what you said earlier. My thing with DLC is if I get the amount of hours for dollars that I spent, I'm satisfied. Even if it's not the greatest thing ever. If I pay $15 and I get 15 hours, we're good. Like, I don't feel robbed, you know?
I mean, okay, to be fair, I think
To be
DLC
fair.
is going to be hard. Like, some DLC is hard to get 15 hours worth of play.
Well, I mean that with replayability, too. Because, like with the Fallout DLCs, I've played them I don't know how many times. And that's what I mean. Like, if I can go back and play it again, like, we're good.
When was the last time you guys played Ark?
Jeez Louise.
Over the summer?
Summer, yeah.
So Epic Games had the free game of the week, and that was one of the free games, and they had like all of the DLC for it. And so like I have all of the most of the DLC for Ark. I played it for like 5 hours in total, and I went uninstall.
Yeah,
not,
we played. A
not
big
my
reason.
cup of tea.
The big reason we played it for so long is because every time we poop, we'd be like, "Hit poop."
That was the one thing I'm like, poop, pick it up, poop.
Poop chest. The poop train. I'm the conductor of the poop train.
Wee woo.
What's that from?
Wee woo.
Lord, I don't remember. Let us know in the comments.
It's Borderlands. I think 2. Could be wrong.
Borderlands has some decent DLC.
It does.
I never really played any of it, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I like the zombie one.
Zombies. Borderlands is coming out with a movie.
It is, and it's very poorly cast, in my opinion.
Who said that?
You're like, Jack Black's in it? Ew, cringe.
I don't get why you wouldn't just... Granted, I think the reason is because apparently he's real pain to work with.
Ooh.
The person who voices Claptrap, because you're not visually seeing the actor, you're just hearing his voice, so I don't really completely get why you wouldn't just get the voice actor for Claptrap to voice Claptrap. I don't get me wrong, I love Jack Black, but, and then you have, this is completely going off track, but then you have Kevin Hart playing Roland, which doesn't seem right, and it's just,
why?
It's because Kevin Hart is short.
And short people can't do it?
I haven't seen Kevin Hart play a serious role. Everything he's been in has been a comedy. Granted, there are... is there a movie out there that isn't a comedy that he's in?
I don't know.
Everything I can think of is a comedy. But granted, there are some actors out there that can transition very well from comedy to drama and serious. We will see how well Kevin Hart does it. But yeah, I think this is a little shorter than usual, but that's completely
But that's because it's DLC. It's downloadable content.
It's downloadable content, and the cap opens in a minute anyway, and I'm hungry.
Oh. Well, thank you guys for listening. Let us know your opinions on DLC and what some of your favorite DLC are. Either in the comments or via audio message on Anchor.
I guarantee we're going to get someone that video or audio messages just...
Probably.
It'll be Jason. It'll be Jason. He'll go, queso I farted.
Queso I farted. Thank you guys for listening, and make sure you guys tune in next week for the next episode. And make sure you follow or subscribe for more weekly geek content.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye, Brody.
Goodbye.
Why is your hat backwards? You look disgusting.
Okay, he looking cool. He looking pretty fly.
No, it
Pretty
doesn't.
fly for a white guy.
For a Jedi.
Pretty
Wait,
fly for...
that was last week.
Okay, goodbye everybody.
Bye, love you. Be safe. Get home safe.